What's my best game? Kind of hard to say. Just depends what you're into. Everybody has a different opinion on what the best games are. I would say, in 1 second I'll tell you. I'm just getting everything set up. Just give me 1 second. I would say my best games are my 2 arcade games out there. I got a Centipede and a Mortal Kombat 4. Just depends what your definition of best games are. Yes, I did, Crow. Thank you. Thank you, I did see him. I gotta tell my wife to stop texting me. My wife's gonna constantly text me. Yeah, I got that, Crow. Thank you. Thank you. I'd appreciate any questions that people have. It'd be awesome. What's up, Tattoo? Hitman 2. Yeah, I saw that was leaked for a E3 announcement. Thank you, Crow. I appreciate. I do want more. I want more people sending questions. What's up, Mercenary? What I'm talking about is I got, for those of you guys that don't know, most of you guys in here probably know, I have a podcast that's on the videogameoutsiders.com podcast. You got to download their podcast you got to download their app in order to listen to my podcast. If you download it on iOS or Android, just look up Video Game Outsiders. Mine is free. My podcast is free. They do have paid podcasts. You do not have to pay for mine. But if you guys want to listen to my podcast, I've done 2 of them so far. And I'm on their show every now and then. So, yeah, download it and listen, please. John likes to joke that he cancels it every week, so we'll see. Yeah, you know what? I did BlueStacks on my PC, Krell, to play PUBG on my PC. To play the mobile version on my PC. It works pretty good. It takes a little while to get like all set up the way you like it, but it works pretty good. What's up, Taps? It's kind of sad that the handheld version of PUBG runs better than like the Xbox One version. They were done when the refs cost them game 1. They were done. They were done then. Is PUBG? There's a room. I mean, there was like some kind of E3 leak where it showed PUBG. I know it was just a timed exclusive, so it probably will come to PS4. I actually think it's going to be too late though, because I mean H1Z1's already out, and they're essentially the same thing. And I kind of like how they set up H1Z1 to work with the controller a lot better than PUBG is. Now it needs some work. Like H1Z1, they need to tweak it, but I actually think H1Z1 is better. At least it is on PS4. Not better in general. So yeah. By the way, I didn't expect the Cavs to win anyway. But man, when the refs just hosed them in game 1 and game 2, there was just nothing. There's no coming back from that. You got to play perfect against the Warriors, and you can't beat the Warriors when you play a perfect game and the refs just cheat you. So I am too, but it's just frustrating. I thought the game last night was reffed fairly decently, but Kevin Durant was just on fire. Tyler, man, see, I have no. There's a part of me that doesn't even want to watch the next game. I hate the. Let me rephrase. I don't really hate the Warriors. I hate Stephen Curry, and I hate Draymond Green. The rest of the Warriors, well, Andre Iguodala kind of is annoying too. But the rest of the Warriors really don't annoy me as much as those two players. And I just hate those two players. And I don't want to watch them celebrate on Cleveland's court. Everybody's talking about where LeBron's going. I think he's going to shock the world and stay. I think he's going to stay and he's going to get Paul George to come to the Cavs. How about that one? You'd have LeBron and Paul George on the Cavs. Then they could compete with the stupid Warriors. I actually hate the NBA. The NBA sucks right now. And you know what? LeBron started it, but I'm so sick of super teams. It's just dumb. The NBA is dumb. You know what? There's a part of me would like him to go to the Rockets if he does leave, and just to kick the Warriors' ass. But honestly, when LeBron leaves, I'm probably done with basketball for a long time. I'm just sick of the NBA. It's fixed anyway. I mean, look at how many calls the Warriors got in those first two games. They ruined the finals. The NBA refs ruined the finals. They ruined it. NBA is almost unwatchable now. And LeBron doesn't get calls he should. He's so strong that they ref him differently than they referee other guys. It's so stupid. All right, enough complaining about the ref. Yeah, let's talk about E3. Yeah, they've been god awful, Carl. I actually think they ruined the whole playoffs. E3 predictions. Honestly, Tyler, T-Money, you've known me a long time. I don't really have too many. I mean, I've seen most of the leaks. I bet most of those are true. I don't think Nintendo has anything special. They really don't surprise anybody anymore. I think they'll announce for Nintendo. I think they'll announce the other Pokemon game that's coming out next year. Not Pokemon Go and Pikachu and Eevee, but the true Pokemon game that's coming out next year. Days Gone. Days Gone looks cool. I wish it was this year though. I hope it's not February. I think they already said that. Crackdown got delayed. I don't know. I'm more interested to see what Microsoft announces. I think they're the ones that have the biggest amount to lose. Like they're like teetering on obsolescence almost. Splinter Cell, yeah. See, I'm more looking forward to see what Microsoft's gonna do. Assassin's AC Odyssey, yeah. Division 2 might be alright. Division 1 started out slow, but it's actually decent now. Splinter Cell is going to be a big one. Yeah, they have to T-Money. They have to get Crackdown right because the last two exclusives, like three if you count PUBG, Sea of Thieves, and now State of Decay, really all three of those games, they weren't ready to be released. They released those, and I know on PUBG they state it's early access, but really Sea of Thieves was an early access game. Krell, that'd be great. I hope they drop the price of the PS4. They're just doing so well. It's like they don't have to. It kind of sucks for consumers that they're doing as well as they are. Now I know Microsoft's dropping the price of the Xbox One X down this next week for E3. They're having a sale, and the systems are going. The S's are going down as well. But I do think Microsoft needs to have the best E3. Sweet. That's actually a good time to release a game. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but a lot of times what happens is everybody buy. There's a lot of games that come out around Christmas time, and really people only have enough money for a couple. And there's usually one or two good games that just get lost in the shuffle during the holidays. And what happens is a lot of people get gift cards and they get money for Christmas. And a game coming out in February is actually January is a little bit better, but a game coming out in February will sell well just because people still have that Christmas money. They honestly, the prices of PS3, PS4, and Xbox One, they should be cheaper by not Xbox One X, but PS4 and Xbox One should be cheaper by now. The, we did when it first came out, Krell, but not so much anymore. We sell an X every now and then, but it's not a big thing. It's not that big of a deal. The Xbox One X, it's not selling all that great. Honestly, just Xbox in general is not selling all that great. I mean, I like the Xbox One, but if you look at the global sales numbers, it's not good for Microsoft. So, you know what? In my opinion, what Microsoft needs to do is they need to make Xbox One X only games and just show how powerful that system is. But by making all the games have to work on the base Xbox One, you're kind of holding that system back. And it makes the Xbox One X look less powerful than it actually is. It's actually a really powerful machine, but you're hamstringing it by making those games have to run on the base Xbox One. You're not taking full advantage of it. It's kind of like having a Ferrari with a crappy engine. I don't know. Or you have a Ferrari and you're only allowed to drive it at like 80 miles an hour. I mean, I have an Xbox One X. I mean, I have an Xbox still, and I like it. I play it. But what's sad is I play mostly like older games. I play like backwards compatible games and stuff. I don't play too many Xbox games. I would like to see a new Gears of War. That's what I love Gears of War, so I'm mostly excited about that. T Money would know because he's at my other store, and I have like the Gears of War guns, and I have like all kinds of Gears of War stuff. That's my favorite game on Xbox. I heard a bad rumor that I hope is not true. I heard the next Gears of War is going to be like a strategy game, like kind of like Halo Wars, or like XCOM. I heard it's like XCOM. I heard they have a regular one and a strategy game, but I heard the next one is a strategy game, and then they're coming out with the true next Gears of War later on. If I had one bomb for E3, what do you think? Like what would be the biggest thing? I have no idea, honestly. I honestly think it's going to just be a okay E3. I don't think there's going to be a lot of big announcements. I could be wrong. I'm still like, I think E3 is almost I think E3 doesn't have the same appeal it used to. You know, T Money shops at my store. I've talked with him about this. I used to go to every E3, and now I'm just kind of. It's not the same as it used to be years ago. And I think it kind of shows they're getting desperate that they're letting the public in now. They're losing people coming, so they're starting to let public in, and it's really not a public event. The most out of left field prediction. Rumor, I don't know. Microsoft buys Steam. It offers to buy Steam. I just say that to piss people off because I know how much people love Steam. I think it would be funny. I just want to watch the internet burn for a day. Well, Carl, I'll tell you a little bit about E3. Like, I used to go every year. I haven't went the last couple, but I used to go every year. I've probably been to 20 E3s at least. And every year it got worse. And there's really two E3s, and I tell people this all the time. There's really two E3s. Everybody basically has two booths. And I know they just show it like, oh, here's the Nintendo booth, or here's the Sony booth, or Microsoft booth. But really, there's the main booth that they let people in, and you can just check out certain games that they have. And then there's the booth in the booth. Like, there's like the cool area where all the cool kids hang out, and they show the behind the scenes, the really cool stuff. And you have to know somebody to get back there. Or you have to have some kind of connection to see the good stuff. And usually my distributor was pretty good at getting me behind the scenes, in the booth behind the booth. But usually what happens is all these game developers, they use that as an excuse to meet celebrities, and they have celebrities come back there. So all the good stuff is really not shown like out on the main show floor. You have to be able to get back behind the scenes to see the good stuff. And it got to the point where there was more behind the scenes stuff than there was out on the actual floor. And a lot of times you'll see that behind the scenes stuff on YouTube. They'll show it. They'll show you, they'll walk through and show it. But when you're there, it kind of sucks. So unless you have some connections, it's not really cool to go to E3 anymore. And I actually did have some of those connections, but still, like, you spend more time waiting in line than actually having fun. It got kind of tedious. And Tattoo, yes, I did like Onrush. It's a lot different. I streamed it the other day. Yeah, you were in there. I liked Onrush, but I've been waiting for a game like MotoStorm for a long time, so it's kind of like that, but it is much better to watch at home, T-Money. The press conferences are cool. I mean, I've been to a couple of those in the past, but you get a better view at home. So, let's see, Onrush. Onrush is cool. It's a little different. I know I talked about this in my podcast, but what you do is when you race, it's more like a team game, and you're trying to take out the other team, and they're trying to do the same to you. And it's almost like it almost keeps track of your score like a first-person shooter would. Like if you think about every time you wreck somebody, that's like a kill, and every time you get wrecked, that's like a death. And it keeps track of those. And then it had a different mode. If you ever played Gears of War, like King of the Hill, where they put circles up. Well, they put a circle on the track, and you got to get into the circle and control it. And you got to control. You got to take it over. Your team has to drive in that circle. More of you guys, and the other team's trying to wreck you out of it. So that was kind of cool. I like the one mode too, where you got to go through checkpoints, and every checkpoint you go through, it adds a second to your team, and the other team's trying to do the same, and whoever runs out of time first loses. So it was kind of cool. It is $60. It is expensive. It'll probably come down before too long. Tattoo. I bet it'll be $40 a month from now. But I do like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's made by Codemasters too, so they make really good racing games all the time. So I like it. But I like arcade style racing games. If you're looking for something like Forza, look somewhere else. I would say the closest thing I could compare it to is MotoStorm, but it's not really a race. That's the thing. Like, you got to understand, it's not really a race. It's more of like a demolition derby while driving. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I liked it though. Excuse me. Oh, I got a half hour. I am slow today. However, I did sell a ton of stuff online today. I just got done doing all the shipments for Amazon. I got like a whole stack of games I got to send out. Some kind of rare stuff. Teach us how to open and run video game stores. Oh, that's longer than on the stream. Listen to my podcast. I do little bits and stuff of how I opened and ran this store. A couple, actually. Urban, I got one last week. A guy ordered a game, and I sent it to the address that was listed, and and then he sends me a message. Oh, I never got the game, and it had been sent back to the post office because it was like an undeliverable address. So like on Amazon, you put in the tracking numbers and all that stuff. Well, he had called, and since he had the tracking number, he acted like he was the shipper, and he had them redirect it to the real address. And then he put in a refund request on Amazon with me. He's like, I never got it, and I want a refund. And so he was trying to get his money back and have the game shipped to the correct address. Luckily, I caught it in time, and I got it caught, and it's being sent back to me. I did give the guy a refund, but it was a big pain in the butt, man. I had to do so much stuff. I hate when people do that stuff. A lot of times people just say they didn't get stuff even though they did. Girl, there's no big secret. People traded all those in. We've been in business for almost 12 years, so we get a lot of stuff traded in. So yeah, that's a pretty short story. Those have all walked in the door. And our other store has a bunch too. Yeah, I mean, even like, I got a Vectrex and Virtual Boy. Kind of funny about Virtual Boys, like we never had a Virtual Boy for like 10 years. We never got one traded in. And we got 4 in 1 month. We got 4 Virtual Boys in 1 month. It was crazy. So it's weird how stuff will like go in spurts. Yeah, T-Money's been a long time. T-Money. Yeah, that is a lot of work, Urban, over a game. People do that stuff all the time. Most of the people just say they never got it, and then you track it, and you can see they signed for it or something. A lot of higher dollar item, well, like if it's over like 40, 50 bucks, I make people sign for it. Yeah, Fremont's been open longer. This store here is probably like 8 years. And Fremont's been about 12. Man, it's hot in here. I have to turn the air up. Yep, T-Money. I'm just waiting until GameStop closes up out there. You know, as soon as I give them a few more years before GameStop goes under. If you look at their stock, it's like at a 45-degree angle. I don't think GameStop has much time left, unless they. I've said this a million times. There's one thing that could save GameStop. Actually, would help us too, but is if you could buy and sell digital games. If the laws ever change and you can resell digital games, that would save GameStop. I hope that happens the day after they go out of business. I know that's kind of salty of me, but I don't care. I worked for GameStop for a long time. They suck. I worked for GameStop for about a decade. So GameStop is the worst place ever to work for. Don't ever work for them. Plus, if you do, it really wouldn't be a good career, because they're not going to last much longer. Well, I just got my MK4 running. You saw that. At my house right now, I have a TMNT. I have a Turtles 4-player that I gotta completely restore. I'm not looking forward to it. I have a NFL Blitz machine that I gotta restore. I'm debating if I'm gonna restore that one. And I got a Die Hard arcade, but it's in a Berserk cabinet, which is an Atari Berserk, and that's kind of like a collectible cabinet. So I might sell that. It is, but I think I gotta sell this place first. This one, not Fremont T-Money, but this one's up for sale at the moment. NFL Blitz. I got an NFL Blitz cabinet. I'm debating if I'm gonna make it back to NFL Blitz or not. Depends. If I can get, it's painted black, but I'm usually pretty good at getting that black, the black paint off and getting the artwork underneath. The artwork underneath is usually still good. So I think if I can get the black paint off and it still looks good, I'll restore it. But I don't want to put a ton of money into it, and that artwork's pretty expensive to redo. I think it's a 2000. I think it's a 2000. I'm not sure. Because it's still painted black. I can just tell that it said NFL Blitz. It says NFL Blitz on the back of the cabinet too. But it was turned into something else, so I have to convert it back to what it was originally. It was made into a gun game. But it's all still there, which is kind of cool. It was some dumb gun game. You could do arcade. It is a lot of work. Carl, actually, it was funny. Before I started watching John's channel, is I had a machine that I planned on restoring. Like, I've had it forever. I planned on making it into a main cab and stuff. I started watching John's channel years ago, and it kind of got me in the mood to do it. So John's channel kind of motivated me to start restoring arcade games. And it's funny because, like, I understand what John's going through right now with the Mortal Kombat 2. It's hard to get motivated to do it, but then once you get going, it's like you want to finish. You want to get going. And I enjoy restoring them. But so, like, I've done quite a few, but now I'm kind of in the mood right now where I don't want to go out in my garage and do it, even though I have those out in my garage. T money, it's nothing about not yet. I got like 20 minutes. Where was I? Oh. Why do people do that to fun arcades? They do it because of money, T-Money. Like, back then, like, you know, Blitz wasn't making money anymore, so they'll buy the new motherboard, and they'll just pop in the new motherboard, and it's a new game. So they'll paint the sides black, put a new sign up top. It's much easier than buying a whole new arcade machine. And they didn't think about it that, you know, Blitz would be worth more down the road. They were on location, and they were trying to make as much money at their arcade. So most games that you buy were changed at one time or another. And probably changed multiple times. I've seen some really dumb conversions that I've had to convert back. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I have, that was turned into a Golden Tee. So I'm going to put it back to a Turtles, because Turtles is very sought after. And like the Blitz was turned into a gun game. That Atari Berserk was turned into a Die Hard arcade. So almost every game I've ever got was turned into something else at one time. Yeah, I mean, I am too. I like seeing the arcade restoration videos, but that is a lot of time and a lot of work. Yeah, I know, shame on some people. I agree. But Turtles probably wasn't making that arcade money anymore, And Golden Tee was like super popular. You know how many games have been turned into Golden Tees? Golden Tee is like the #1 game that get that Golden Tee, Silver Strikes a lot. They get turned into stuff. You love Blue, but it had a bug crash on the PS4. Oh, Blur, yeah. I enjoyed this game a lot. I might stream it a little bit tonight. I'll probably stream it like about 10 or so, 10:30. I'm gonna play this tonight. So I didn't play much in the last couple days. Krell and everything. I went to I don't know if you saw my videos. I went to Colossal Con this weekend. They have arcade. They had an arcade there. They had a the game I want now is they had there's an Ultimate Muscle Wrestling game, like a Japanese one. It's a fighting game. It was awesome. I want that game so bad now. I want to get that game in an arcade. But I played a lot of cool arcade games, and actually in Japan the arcade scene's still going well. But in Japan a long time ago they figured out like all the cabinets kind of look the same, and they just swap in and out motherboards. I love beat 'em up, so yeah, G3 you're talking about. I love beat 'em up. I actually want to do I think it'd be kind of cool to do a Streets of Rage arcade machine, even though it was never in the arcade. But when you play Streets of Rage, they have you kind of walk by arcade machines and they say bare knuckle because that's what they're called in that's what Streets of Rage is called in Japan. I think it would be cool to do a bare knuckle arcade machine. David, I did. Do you like Onrush? David bought Onrush from me. Do you like it? I like it. I like it so far. That was. Didn't he say Turtles did pretty well though? Because he has a Turtles too. It is fun, David. See, Double Dragon's a little bit. I don't know. Double Dragon didn't age as well. It's like Turtles is like timeless. So is like Simpsons. Some of the games are timeless, but honestly, I like Double Dragon. But it's like the way the animation's a little stiff on Double Dragon. Yeah. Oh yeah. When they say bare knuckle. Yeah. Bare knuckle. Yeah. They're kind of like in the when you walk by them, you'll see them. The next time you play it, you'll see it. But it says bare. It's just a red cabinet. It says bare knuckle. I'd probably make it something cooler than that. No, they don't sell Magic the Gathering. C&C Games. I do. Let me double check. See if I got it. All right, I have 500 gig model is $249.99, and the 1 terabyte is $269.99. So I have two of them. Okay. Yep, no problem. Bye. T-Money, we used to get them from a different distributor. We used to sell Magic and Pokemon cards. Kind of got out of it. They don't sell as well as they used to. Yeah, David, that might be one of those games that get lost in the shuffle because I'm interested to see how many games come out this fall. You just bought Street Fighter 30th Anniversary on PS4. You like it? I've played Street Fighter so many times. Blaze doing her jump kick. Hey, have you played the G3? Have you played the Street Fighter, the Streets of Rage remake that they just made? Not too. Well, it's been out a few years, but have you ever played the Streets of Rage remake with like, it's got widescreen graphics and better graphics, kind of a newer one. Let me check. T-Money, I'll tell you. Yeah, they have it. They should. They should have it. Oh, you have it for Sega Collection. That's cool. A Zelda-style Kid Icarus would be awesome, too. Never got... yeah. Gran Turismo Sport. I don't have it, like... This is just videos I was, that I streamed. Alright. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I will be up there for a little bit. I like this. David, did you play this mode? I like this mode where you have to stay in the circle. It's kind of fun. Hello.
Hey.
How's it going? Anything I could help you find?
Well, there's one thing I thought we'll have it, but this will last.
Sure.
So I have an Xbox controller and I want to hook it up to my computer and use it. And
Right.
I have a charging cord to use it, but it doesn't. It only charges, it doesn't transmit. And I found them online.
For Xbox One?
I have an Xbox 360.
Xbox 360, yeah. So it's wireless, right?
Yeah.
You need this.
Oh, you do have one?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, that's what you need.
Well, I guess I'll get one. I've been looking for one.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to come by now. Yeah, and then you just plug that in, and then you got to sync it just like you do.
Yeah, and that can work up to 4 controllers, can it?
Well, it's one per.
It is?
Yeah, you can't do multiple control. Yeah, you'd need like multiple ones of these.
Yeah, I've seen one of them online. They can do multiple.
Really, these ones just do one.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll get it somewhere else.
Okay, all right. I haven't seen the multiple ones. So.
Yeah.
This is the original ones.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they're newer ones.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there probably are some.
Yeah.
Yep. If you hear me talking over here, I'm not crazy. I'm talking to people online. So.
Oh, you streaming?
Yeah. Yes, the store closes in 10 minutes. David, you like the Gate one the best? That's cool. Why is the Vita? I don't know why the Vita. The Vita is pretty popular, though. I mean, whenever I get one in, they don't last very long. I couldn't tell you. Other than, I mean, I think some people do like to use it to stream their PS4. So, a lot of people don't know you can even do that with it, but you can stream your PS4 to it, which is kind of neat. Yeah, and it's called Onrush. Wig Splitter. It's pretty cool. I'll probably be streaming it tonight some more. I got messed up there. I think I'm gonna have to turn off the music though, because I got hit with a copyright violation for the music. So I'll have to go into settings, turn off the music tonight. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's different modes, like this one here, Wig Splitter. You have to get into that circle. It's kind of I say it's like Gears of War, King of the Hill. You have to get in the circle and control the circle to score points. Your team does, and there's the other team trying to do the same. And you try to knock the people out of the circle. And then there's a mode where it's kind of like team deathmatch. You're just trying to take out as many players on the other team as you can. So you're trying to wreck them. They're trying to do the same. Whoever wrecks the most, if your team wrecks more than the other team, you win. It's kind of like kills and deaths in a first-person shooter. And then there's a mode where you go through gates, and every time you go through a gate, you add a second to your team's time, and it goes until a team runs out of time. Oh, it is Thursday, isn't it? I'll probably watch them for a while, and then I'll stream after they're done, Carl. I do like to bust John's balls. John gets mad when I talk shit while he's playing. It's funny. Michelle too. Like I like John and Michelle, but on a lot of their things, I like poking the bear. So I like giving them shit. Cobra Commander, you're right. They do need them. There's so many games they need to remake. I could do a whole podcast on games they should remake. A whole show. There's so many cool licenses that companies are just letting die. Do I have Metal Gear Solid? I think I do. It's back here. Yeah, it's like $12. It's not. Boom. I heard a rumor that Konami's making another Metal Gear and a Castlevania. There's a good E3 prediction. I hope that's true because I love both those. He always, whenever, like sometimes I don't even say anything. I'll just like type like laugh out loud or shake my head and he'll be like, "Shut up, Kevin. Fuck you, Kevin." He gets more mad at me though, I swear. Like I don't even say stuff half the time. John's moody. And Michelle gets. Did you see the stupid discussion we got into about the Asus phone the other day? He's not yelling at you, Krell. He's yelling at me. He'll say Krell. He always says Kevin because he knows my name. So, Death Stranding looks cool. I hope it's good, T-Money. They are, and you know what's weird though? I see you, Aaron. They have Konami is actually doing really well money wise. They're worth about $12 billion the last time I checked, which is pretty damn good. You know, it's funny. Like Michelle is so stubborn. She's so feisty. I like Michelle, but she's so stubborn. She just hates to admit when she's wrong on something, and she'll just keep going and trying to. And one thing that kind of sucks though, getting in an argument with John and Michelle, is they have like a pretty big following. So it's hard to argue with them at all because usually everybody jumps to their defense and basically calls you stupid and everything. So it's hard to argue with anybody in general on Twitter that has a bigger following than you, especially someone that's, you know, like has a show or anything, because they're always, all the people that like them are just going to back up whatever they say. So, yeah, I did listen to Blank Outsiders. I listened to all of them. Show inside the case? Okay. Disc is like brand new condition. Got the book, manual. It's in great shape. I saw you busted John on this because that was pretty funny. I was giving John shit about that exclusive too. The first time he posted on that exclusive, I was like, I was the one that sent in one of the tweets from the other guy that had it too. Yeah, I'm not excited at all about that Neo Geo thing, but it'll sell well because it's a collector's item. It depends on the price. So I think that thing, I was thinking it was going to be a little bigger than it actually is. It's pretty damn small. It's got to be under $100. Yeah, I saw that. Icern, or however you say it. Icern. It'll sell. It'll sell well to collectors. I mean, all that stuff. What time I got? I got a few minutes. All that stuff, like the NES Classic, the SNES Classic, the Neo Geo Mini thing. The reason that stuff sells so good is because like video games are becoming more and more uncollectible. Like a lot of stuff's going digital, and there's not much to collect. That's why like you see all this like toys and stuff, video game related items becoming more popular because you can't really collect video games like you used to be able to. Yeah, Medieval is good. I hope that's true. Commodore 64 didn't age real well though. Hello. Nope. Oh yeah, it's in the box for you guys. Yeah. It's in the box. Yep. Bye. You want them for the novelty of it. I have everything. Me too. I have everything on emulators. I have a Raspberry Pi with like everything on it. I have a PC with everything on it. Actually, I have a MAME cab that has like, I don't know, 20,000 games on it. It's crazy. Like just about any game you can imagine. It plays like from Wii on earlier. You know what's funny about that? I've said this for the longest time. I agree with you 100%. I've said that for a long time. I don't understand. You could make the SNES collection on a cartridge for the Switch, or the NES collection on a cartridge for the Switch, and you would sell 1 billion of them. And they would cost Nintendo less to make that cartridge than it would to make those NES and SNES classics and N64 classics, all those classics. And people would buy those cartridges. That would be like the #1 seller on the Switch. People would buy those in droves. And I've said for the longest time, Nintendo, part of the problem with Nintendo, like a lot of people assume Nintendo's not doing well. Nintendo is doing phenomenal. They're worth like almost $60 billion. And they're at a point where they don't need the money, I guess you would say. So they don't do things based on money. They do things based on what they. I know in a roundabout way they do, but they're not motivated by money. You want to tell Chris? I said all right. You want a MAME cab? You don't have the room for it. I have one of those. Oh, X Arcade. Oh, girl, I have a horror story about X Arcade. The controller's not bad. The controller's okay, but I just totally redid an X Arcade the whole machine, and it had one of those controllers in it, the 2-player ones. Man, they put a lemon for a PC in that thing. That PC was junk that was in it. I had to get the guy a new PC. I had to configure that stupid controller to work with. I did a hyperspin setup with like 20,000 games. And he even wanted, I got guns for it, so he wanted to do gun games. So the guns now work with like a sensor bar, kind of like Wii, but they work really well. But holy crap, was that a pain in the butt. Yeah, the joysticks are junk on those. Good thing you replaced the joysticks. The joysticks are junk. I had to replace the joysticks on his too. The X Arcade cabinets are rip. Oh my god, they're awful. And let me show you the picture of after I was on. I mean, it looks the same, but you'll see the guns and stuff. Let me find it. Got to go through all my Colossal Con pics. So that was like when I was done there, but you see the guns on the sides. But he's playing Dragon's Lair right there. But yeah, I mean, I totally like updated the whole thing with hyperspin. It's hard to see the picture on the thing, but I basically rebuilt that whole thing from the ground up. Well, like, okay, so Gaming Review Clan, when I was doing his, he never even noticed there was a problem. But so I go to play Street Fighter, and you couldn't do fireballs. Like you could do down and then over, but you couldn't do. You could do them one way, but you couldn't do them the other way. And the same on the other joystick. I had to like go in and I tried like adjusting them so much, and it just wouldn't work. I ended up putting new buttons in there, and it was much better. And I did new buttons, new joysticks, everything. He wanted it. He wanted it better. They use kind of cheap parts in those things. Well, he had that thing has a CRT in it, that X Arcade. That I will say the nicest part of the X Arcade, it had a really big CRT in it. It was nice. But the guns that I got work on just about everything, so it'll work on an LCD or a CRT. It depends on the game, T-Money. One more minute. I'm never going to mess with those X arcades though. Again, I'll tell you that. I just would rather I build my own. It's easier. I just get regular like USB encoders, and it's just much easier to work with. I'm not a fan of the X arcade. Especially after dealing with that. Oh my god, that was a nightmare. Krell, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And actually, they've found ways to eliminate like button lag and button input and stuff. So, yeah, that's actually really cool. I'm not a purist. I mean, some games do look better on a lot of games look better on the CRT, but I kind of like sharp pixels. It doesn't bother me on an LCD or an LED. I'm not a purist. You'd at least include Mario and Zelda. Yeah, I mean, I hooked that guy up. I did like it. You know, it's got everything on there. So, it's got NES and SNES and PlayStation 2, Wii, GameCube, all that stuff. Yeah. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I am closing up. I'm gonna keep streaming while I close up, so you guys can hang out. But I gotta go close up. Oh no! What happened? Well, that sucks. I'll get rid of the music just a second. Controller went off. Hold on, it's loading up. Oops. Hello? Yeah. Alright, can you guys send us a file tonight? Alright. Alright, cool. Yep, bye. That was my other store. That is Onrush. It just came out yesterday. It's actually really cool. There's all kinds of different modes. This mode right here, you have to drive through those gates and every time you drive through the gate, it adds a second to your team's time. Same, like your team's got to be doing it too. The other team has to keep doing it. Whoever runs out of time first loses. So it's kind of an advantage on this this one to be motorcycles because of the added maneuverability. Do I have a website? No. My website's just basic information, or we have like our sales that are going on. I sell on Amazon and eBay a lot, but I don't have any, like I don't have like everything listed in the store. I sell like some of the rarer stuff on Amazon and eBay, some stuff that's like slow movers. So, what's up, 82nd? I fixed it, Team Money. So yeah, so now I gotta close. I gotta close up. So, just 1 second. I'll keep answering questions though for you guys while I close out. So gaming review clan, huh? What do you guys review? Obviously games. Is it a channel? Later, T-Money. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you. Um, 82nd man, I would love to tell you. I don't have any info on new Madden. I hope it's good, but I'm not holding my breath. I swear Madden gets worse every year. I swear it gets worse every year. It just sucks because the reason I think Madden gets worse every year is because they don't have any competition. So they don't really care. They're not. Sports gaming in general it's in a big lull at the moment. There's no competition. There's no. I mean, you get one NFL game. You get Madden. There hasn't been a boxing game in years. Luckily, the latest Fight Night just went backwards compatible. At least in soccer, you get 2 soccer games. You get FIFA and you get a couple soccer games. What's the other one? I don't play soccer, but they're both pretty good. There's no NCAA football anymore. Wrestling, there's only one wrestling game. God, you remember like Super Nintendo and especially like N64, there were like 8 or 9 wrestling games. There used to be all kinds of wrestling games. I am looking forward to sometime this summer. Fire Pro Wrestling is supposed to come out on PS4. But sports games, man, sports games suck at the moment. They do. They're just, I mean, NBA 2K is good. MLB The Show is good, but MLB The Show is only on PS4. You don't get it on Xbox One. I mean, they do have RBI, but RBI, come on, it kind of sucks. Men's not realistic at all, Krell. I don't think it's realistic at all. I would argue with you on that. I think part of the problem, I want it to be realistic. It's not. See, I like knowing how to read defense, so I do agree with you on that. But there's a lot of glitches in Madden that people abuse, and they're there every year, and it's annoying. And Madden's just poorly programmed. Now, part of the reason I say that, I mean, I do use the Browns, so the Browns suck. I'm a Browns fan. They do suck, right? But you have players on the Browns, like, well, at least last year, Joe Thomas, right? Probably the best left tackle ever play the game, okay? When you're the Browns, because the Browns suck so bad, Joe Thomas will just not block people on, I don't know, 5-6 plays a game. He just won't block anybody. And that's why I say it's, like, very poorly programmed. G3, they just said sometime this summer. It's already out on Steam. It's actually really cool. Well, the other thing, Krell, like, there's no NFL Blitz anymore. You know what I had the most fun sports-wise with? The Mutant Football League. That's actually pretty cool. Mutant Football League that came out. Maybe I should stream that tonight. You do have to read the defenses a little bit, but it's not very realistic. You'd like Mutant Football League. It's exactly like Blitz. It's just like NFL Blitz. I streamed it too. I like that game a lot. If you like NFL Blitz, you'd like Mutant Football League. But my point is, it's the same announcer and everything. Yep. Same announcer, yeah. We don't get NBA jams anymore. We don't get, sports games suck at the moment. Tecmo Bowl, yeah, you don't get that anymore. Tecmo Bowl is actually backwards compatible on Xbox One, so if you had the 360 version, you can play it on Xbox One. Yeah, sure, Gaming Review Clan. Hey, and check out Gaming Review. I don't know if you go to my YouTube channel, the first video that plays is a walkthrough of my other store. The other store is is almost 3 times the size of this store. So. I agree. I like the old NBA Jam, the arcade one, the 2D one. You know what, Krell? You know what's kind of cool? God, I wish I could get the ROMs for it. The Cavs actually have in their locker room, they have an NBA Jam arcade machine, but it's updated with modern rosters. So they had one of their tech nerds completely, digitize, take pictures from everybody in the league. It's completely updated with modern rosters, and it even has a lot of the Cavs executives are in the game, so they can put in their initials and their hidden characters. God, I would love to get that ROM with, but it's the old NBA Jam arcade machine with updated rosters. That is so badass. I do that, Krell. I have Tecmo Bowl with current rosters. I get that every year. You go to if you go to Tecmo Bowl, I think it's just TecmoBowl.com. You can download that ROM. It usually comes out around the end of July or August. I love it. So I gotta go get my paperwork. Stapler, there it is. Yeah, they do it every year, Krell. Yep, every year you can get it updated. I actually I put it on my NES Classic recently. Boom shakalaka. Yep. Yep. Well. Let's see. The 7th. Peace out. I'm about done anyway. I'm gonna have to end it here because I gotta go home. So yeah, I'm gonna stop, guys, because I'm pretty much done. I'm ready to go. So I got everything closed out. So I'll see you guys later. I'll probably stream tonight. I might play some Onrush. I always want to say on live, but Onrush. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Yeah, I'll be on John and Michelle's stream too. Okay, cool. Thanks, Carl.